Hi guys. So I wanted to do maybe 2 gossip videos this weekend. I feel so rejuvenated from my vacation that I feel like I have more bandwidth than I normally do, which is exciting. So this video I'm going to do on Jo De La Rosa. Now, why am I talking about Jo De La Rosa? If you guys don't know who she is, this is who she is. Jo De La Rosa was on season 1 and 2 of The Real Housewives of Orange County. She was famously engaged to Slade Smiley, who is Gretchen's partner. She's been with him for 16 years. They never get married, but they've been together and they have a kid together. Well, this is Slade. So she was famously engaged to Slade. Now, recently, Slade threw some nasty shade at Jo. On a show, he said something to the effect of she bought her own engagement ring so she could say she was getting engaged on the show. And it wasn't real, I guess, or it was desperate, I guess was where he was going with it. But I mean, who went along with it, buddy? Who's desperate? You too. Now, why do we care about Jo all of a sudden so many seasons later? Well, she made an appearance on season 18 at a party where people are like, oh my God, it's Jo. And then we see her on season 19. Now, Tamra Judge is actively trying to get her on the show. Let me show you some recent posts from Tamra Judge. Never a dull moment with Jo De La Rosa. The 20th season is coming up. Any wives from previous seasons you'd like back? And Tamra Judge said would love to see Jo De La Rosa back. Now, something you should know is that Tamra and Jo were never on The Real Housewives of Orange County together. Jo got off and quit at the end of season 2, and Tamra hadn't started yet. So they'd never been on the show together. So Tamra doesn't really know if she wants her back, but she seems to like her off the show. Now, if you're wondering if things are good between Jo and Slade, because it wasn't in the early seasons, if you remember, Slade wanted Jo, I think, to stay at home and not work, and Jo wanted to get a job as like a mortgage consultant or something that she was offered. And this created like a tumultuous thing between them. And then she leaves, I think, to pursue some sort of career in entertainment, and I don't remember what the hell it was, singing or something. And then Slade ends up, doing what he does, which it's pretty much, made up what he does. I think he just makes it up on the fly year by year. Oh boy. But anyway, so, in other words, a producer. Anyway, so, so what we find out in T-Land is that Jo and Slade actually, even though they break up on the show, they continue to see each other for 5 years, I think, total. And what ruins it is Gretchen. He starts to fall for Gretchen, and then he doesn't want to see Jo anymore, and that's where that ends. Now, Jo's been engaged, I think, once before, and then that didn't work out, and now she's with her composer man, she got married, and she's happily married. Here you go. Jo De La Rosa is married. Real Housewives of Orange County alum weds composer Taryn Gray and Memorial Day weekend bash, May 28th, 2022. So she's been with him for a while now. Now, Jo has no interest in Slade anymore. And, this would not piss Gretchen off because Gretchen knows Jo doesn't care about Slade anymore. But I think we're going to see Gretchen try to use Tamra Judge bringing this guy on the show in some sort of dramatic way. But I don't think it is dramatic. I think she's clear Jo's happily married, and Gretchen knows that Jo is happy to double date with her and Slade because she said that publicly. So we're going to see some real acting from Gretchen this week. Let me play you the clip.
Tamra showing up with Slade's ex certainly doesn't show that she's trying to move forward with me. That's still her to bring Jo. She just never knows. It's like, how do you just not know? Out of all the people that Tamra could have brought, it's Tamra clearly trying to poke. Thirsty is right.
I mean, to be fair, she's been friends with her for over a year.
Why can't everybody just get along? Yeah, baby, there you go. I don't care about none of this boy, but it's behind her feet. And then Gretchen looks like a fake person. She dips herself in formaldehyde every night. She looks like an Instagram filter from 2003. She's like the Barbie filter. Yeah. From
I don't think you should make fun of her face. I don't like this making fun of people's faces on Bravo. I've seen it on a few franchises now, Atlanta, and now this. Like, there's so many other digs and shades you could come up with. Why would you go to A, such a low-hanging fruit, and B, like, what does that say about you that you're dragging someone on their appearance, even if they did do it to themselves? Although Gretchen says she hasn't had plastic surgery, but she's had a hell of a lot of filler. And not so sure that's true, as I said in my previous videos. Now, if you're wondering why Jo would come back to Real Housewives of Orange County, and obviously Tamra helping her, well, this might explain it. This was just dropped June 20th of 2025.
Oh my gosh, let's get unhinged. Life has been insanity. Ooh, okay, hold on. I know I shared Taryn getting in a car accident, and then my little kitty, it ends up that she had bladder stones. And then sadly, Taryn's company was a Chinese company, and in the middle of the Chinese tariff season, the company dissolved, so a bunch of people got laid off. Taryn did too, unfortunately. And now we are having to downsize, and we are moving next week. We found a little gem in Hollywood since he's not having to go to Orange County anymore. And yeah, honestly, it's been crazy. Like, everything just hit all in 1 month, and I literally had an anxiety attack, which, by the way, I have not had in years because it was too much, like, all
Probably
in 1 month. Like, it was just so much. I talked to Taryn, and I think it's important in these moments that we share and we don't pretend like everything is amazing and our life is perfect. And oh my gosh, like, no, bitch, we're literally going through one of the toughest seasons that I think our marriage and our relationship in 5 years has ever come across. Just financially, I feel like we're like a pressure cooker right now. We get keys tomorrow to our new place. I am really excited for this new space. Maybe I'll do a little empty condo tour.
So I wonder if Gretchen asked Katie to try to reach out to Bravo Babe to bring someone on the show that would bother Tamra in the same way that Tamra, allegedly was bringing Jo on the show to bother Gretchen, but I don't believe it because of the gossip I just told you. All right, you guys, that's it. We will talk soon.